Well, hello, Virgo, my fellow Virgos. Thank you for watching my July 2014 forecast. And I'm really excited about what's happening and what I believe is the preparation that we're all getting. I don't believe that it's any coincidence that Mercury has perfectly aligned himself retrograde in our 10th house right now. We're having to do a lot of review. We kind of thought we had it all figured out, didn't we? We were going, everything was going forward, and then all of a sudden, the retrograde in our 10th house. How we reflect ourselves through our work to the world, our reputations. It's like all of a sudden we're, it might feel like, oh my gosh, it's the dream. It's slipping away as we sink behind the scenes or fade in behind the scenes. But the good news is that the universe has planned it this way, that we would take a look and say, what are we really wanting to do? How do we really want to present ourselves to the world? And it's time to go back and review. It's like editing, and you Virgos know when you edit, you write something and then you've got to go back and fix it and realize, check your grammar and take this sentence out and add this one in, and that process is very detailed. And so we're very good at really analyzing what's going on. But sometimes it can bog us down. There is a side of the Virgo that can be insecure, that can be self-critical. And you've got to watch this period of time while we're in this retrograde, that you don't start that over-criticizing to yourself. And over-analyzing every one of your flaws and starting to really, question if you're going to be good enough. Oh, you're going to be good enough because it's your heart, Virgo. And you're very, very important right now in what's going on. It's very important that you guys are communicating and getting yourself out there in whatever way that you're comfortable with. It's looking back and asking yourself, is this what I want to do? And by taking a look at the flaws, do you want to step things up a little bit? How do you want to be presented to the world? It's an important time to look at that. And that process will be going on till about July 2nd. And then things are going to start moving forward again. We also have Saturn and Scorpio in our third house retrograde. So our communication is really, I know I'm struggling myself. I'm struggling myself to communicate. I go to write something and suddenly, it just looks like a jumbled up mess. And other days, I feel sharp as a whip. So I know that my communication out to the world, my way of presenting myself out to the world is a little shaky right now, because I need to go back and really take a look and find that confidence, because Jupiter in Leo on July 17th is moving into our 12th house, you guys. It's interesting because a lot of times the people think the Virgo can be, as best as a secondhand man. But don't forget, with Leo in our 12th house, deep down inside, we can take that top position. We can step in to whatever arena we want to. We can be side man with no problem, second-hand man, or we can step to the top. And with Jupiter and Leo for a whole year in our 12th house, we're getting ready to really, really, embrace who we are, and that we are a very important part of this, building this new system. Because we know how to build. We know how to, watch the little details. We're awesome at taking pieces of this and pieces of that and making our own. And, this is the time where, for a lot of Virgos, we felt like, our backs are up against the wall right now. We put a lot of time in. And with Jupiter moving into Leo, that's like, those miracles, those miracles that can come in and save the day. And we need a few miracles right now, don't we? So I'm really excited for the Virgo. The other thing to just take a look at, and I talked about it in June, is Neptune is retrograde in Pisces in our 7th house. So just be vigilant about your relationships, coming in, coming out. Some amazing, very strong, powerful, miraculous, karmic relationships can come in right now, can come into our lives. But we also have to be a little bit careful of people who want to jump on board, who their heart is not in the right place. And Virgos are living a very authentic life right now. You know, we've been through it all, and you know, we're smarter, we're wiser, we're a little more cautious, and that's why this retrograde is good for us, because go back and really take a look at things and say, you know, do a few adjustments and get ready to launch. This is going to be a great year for Virgos. I'm really excited. The next 6 months is going to be a very powerful time. We're also at the tail end of Mars in Libra. That's our 2nd house. That's our daily money. So we've been working on trying to build a foundation financially. You know, Virgos have been through a lot of financial turbulence the last 7 years through the transits. And, you know, that's hard on our psyche. Let's just face it. You know, we like to know that everything's in place, and we feel valuable when we feel like we can contribute. And so getting paid isn't so much about, you know, this big empire we're trying to build, like the Earth sign Capricorn. It's more about value and feeling worth, like we're worth something. And it's hard sometimes when you're putting in, you haven't really seen that consistent reciprocation. And we've poured a lot in. So we're moving out of Jupiter in Cancer, and that's been in our 11th house. So we've had a lot of teachers this last year. We've had a lot of people come in our life that we've, you know, looked up to. We may have lost some friendships that, you know, just, you know, our value systems were just opposed to the point where that could not continue. And that's hard. It's hard on a Virgo. They're very loyal, and they're good friends, and so it is hard for them to let go as well. But it's all in preparation for what's coming up. And Virgos are getting ready to continue up this ladder right now. You're going to see them do some amazing things. We've got Pluto in Capricorn in our 5th house, and that's been retrograde as well. So don't lose heart, Virgos. You guys are under some surgery right now, under construction again, but it's important because now we're getting so close to really laying this foundation in our life and really seeing success. And, you know, success for each person is in the eye of the beholder, you know. So, you know, success for a Virgo many times is just being able to use our hands to make something practical and to see people appreciate that. And that's success for us. So it's coming. Hang tight. Keep reviewing. Go back to the drawing board. Don't get insecure. And get ready. Get ready, because this year you're going to see a lot of amazing things happen, a lot of miracles. And all I'm going to say is, you know, don't give up, because you don't want to miss what's around the corner. All right, you guys, if you want to do a reading or check out my other services, you can check me out at cowgirlastrologer.com. Have an awesome July.